A massive fire at a popular upstate wedding venue has left at least a dozen brides to be searching for a backup for the big day.
Yeah, and that includes one family whose daughter was set to get married there this Saturday. News 13's Evan Donovan spoke to them today to find out where they're going to go now.
Carmen Sisk and Rush neighbors have known each other since they went to middle school together in the Upstate. After college, they reconnected in September 2012, and 6 months later, they were engaged. First, they had to pick a venue. Carmen says when she saw the Luv Shack that something just clicked, and her mom liked it too.
The Luv Shack was fairly reasonable for what it was, and they were open for the weekend that they wanted. So we paid a deposit sometime around March of last year.
But more than a year's worth of planning went up in flames last night. The Luv Shack on the river in Fountain Inn caught fire around 2 a.m. Owner Juanita Sanchez says she awoke to her alarms going off and thought the brightness outside her window were her floodlights still on. Instead, it was the barn her husband built next to their house that had become a popular upstate wedding venue in the last few years.
She was hysterically crying because the barn had burnt down.
With her daughter living in Wilson, North Carolina, Helena Sisk had to call her with the awful news.
I said, it caught fire and it's gone. And then she just started screaming and crying and hollering, and then I was crying again. And
the biggest part was knowing the disappointment that she was going to have. Her daughter has lost what appears to be at this point her dream wedding, but the Sanchez has lost their livelihood.
Luckily, the Sisks were able to find a replacement venue on short notice, but they say it's a good lesson for Carmen and Rush to learn.
Life doesn't always go as planned. And if you can focus on the bigger issue, which is your relationship and your love for one another, that this would be an important experience for them to learn.
A bump in the road for the soon-to-be married couple, but a life-changing one for the Sanchez family. In Lawrence County, Evan Donovan, News 13.
The Luv Shack's owner says she's not sure if they will rebuild.
But she says they'd already booked the popular venue for much of the summer.